Welcome to another Thursday night edition of Bell to Bell. BTR here, Beyond the Ropes. I am Randizzle 210, aka Randy. And to my left, the old man nodding his head. Go ahead and tell him who you are.
Retro Relapse 210, aka Fernando. And welcome to Bell to
Welcome.
Bell.
Bell to Bell. Make sure you hit that Samoan spike on that follow and subscribe button. Yeah!
Let's
Right?
go.
Yeah, make sure to follow us on all the socials at Beyond the Ropes Pod. But what's going on? Another week of wrestling, Fernando.
Another week of some good wrestling, man. We are moving along, trucking along into some of the pay-per-views that are coming up, PLEs, pay-per-views, pay to watch, whatever you want to call it, because there's a bunch of stuff that's coming up, bigger shows that are getting ready to come up, and yeah, man,
It's
it's been
good
some good
times.
wrestling on TV. Not gonna lie.
It's good times. And hey, I was gonna bring this up.
Bring it up.
I just received my free AEW All In tickets today.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
pumped. Like I was excited to win, and you just never know if they're gonna follow through. You just it's a big organization. They got a lot of things going on. They do.
mhm,
But
mhm.
luckily for me, they followed through. AEW gave me free tickets to All In a couple of months ago. I won them at a Collision show, I believe, or no, a Dynamite show here in Texas in Cedar Park, and now I get to go see AEW All In for free.
Did they give you nosebleeds?
They did not. They gave me row 13, like the first level up. So I was on the
No,
floor, which is fine.
that is floor
No, I checked them.
because
I checked them. It's not the floor. Wherever the hard camera's at, that
uh,
first level up.
oh, okay. So you're in the stands on the lower part of the stands.
Yes, yes.
Okay, right on.
And
Nice.
granted, I would have taken those nosebleed seats. It's fucking free tickets. Like I
Yeah,
would have taken
yeah.
them,
You don't have
but
to pay for that.
yeah, but they gave me some pretty good seats from what I looked them up, and just because I was like, well, even if I get free seats and they're too high, I'll just buy tickets and still support regardless. But luckily, it's nice height. If you know me and you know my wife, she's short as hell, so being on the floor would not be ideal for her because she wouldn't be able to see shit. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm even more pumped now because one, I knew we were going, but now I'm pumped because I got the tickets and I'm ready. Just
Nice.
a damn almost less than a month away, 3 weeks away, pretty much.
It is less than a month away, and that's the awesome thing right now is that they're starting to build up or push more story-ish lines for AEW for the big pay-per-view that's coming up, and oh man, oh man, we are in for a treat.
Did you happen to see Grand Slam Mexico yesterday?
I did catch some of it actually.
Mm.
Yes, it was a nice little outing on uh some of the matches they had there. You know, kind of really pushing the CLL stars.
Yeah, they're definitely pushing that partnership. But I actually want to bring this up. I actually appreciated this Hangman Adam Page talking to the Mexican audience in Spanish. That was pretty
Yeah.
badass. Like, kudos to him for fucking. I don't know how many if he speaks multiple languages or not, but he did a great job. You know, giving his gratitude for allowing AEW to be there in Mexico, and told them that together we can make the difference in
Mhm.
not only wrestling but in the world, which is pretty badass to see one of your major stars in a big wrestling corporate organization kind of go out there and speak in whatever country he is in language, which is pretty badass. That was pretty awesome to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. No, he was doing pretty good for his accent.
Hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
In todo lo mundo, but it was dude, like I said, kudos for him for just
Yo,
doing it.
yeah, so I gotta give a shout out. We got somebody in the chat right now here on the Twitch stream. M Clunder 21 wants to ask question of the day. Apparently, we're gonna start this one off strong. Question of the day: who's cuter, Kane or Mankind?
And I got a rebuttal to this. Kane, when he took off that sweet mask and he had that sweet ass half haircut, burnt ish black tar face, or Mankind when he's ripping out his own hair and he has one tooth missing. Like I can go either way. I my rocks do get off either or. You know, it's a win-win for me. Both wearing masks. I don't know. Am I in the mood for red or brown? I don't know yet.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
all in the day's day.
Well, I mean, if you're asking who's cuter, I mean, unless if you're a chubby chaser, you'd go for Mankind because at that time he was pretty pretty on the hefty side,
If
you
you like
know.
the tortas, yeah.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. We got the big old torta right there with Mankind. But if you like him tall and muscular and willing to tombstone you 6 feet under, you'd go with Kane.
You know, and when he's in the bedroom, he don't call it a tombstone. He calls it a pile driver. You know,
Oh,
I'm just saying.
oh, oh, we're gonna bring it. We're gonna bring the heat.
I am
We're
bringing
gonna
the
bring
heat
the heat on a
today.
Thursday night. That's right. Good question of the day, and be sure to let us know your thoughts on the socials. You know, let us know who do you think is cuter, Kane or Mankind?
Like I said,
Please.
yeah. Let us know. Let us know. Hit the comments on these on the YouTube video, and we'll definitely shout it out next week.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh,
And I knew I was drinking already, but damn, come on.
yeah. I didn't know we were getting ready to play. Was it Kiss Mary Kill? Come on now.
You know what?
I didn't know
Since
it was gonna be that type of
since
show.
since you said Kiss Mary Kill,
Oh shit.
let me hit you. It's not nothing crazy, nothing crazy.
No, no,
But
no.
let me hit you
I
for
don't want to
this.
kill anybody though. I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to kill anybody.
Yeah. Let me hit you with this.
Benoit,
I'm gonna ask you a quick
Benoit, Benoit.
quick question. SBC start bench cut. Hangman? No, not Hangman. Osprey, uh, Strickland, or Hangman? Who should be going for that belt?
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Start bench cut. Who am I benching? I was like, you want to bench somebody already? So you've got. uh I had it. I'm sorry. I had to look at the chat and Clender 21. I know Fernando would like to kiss and marry Booker T.
He loves the negritos, apparently. Like his father used to say.
You're all messed up. Five times, 5 times, spin a Rooney,
he
5 times.
he's gonna give it to you 5 times, 5 times.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So we're talking who again? We're talking
Start bench cut. Hangman, Osprey, Strickland
start bench cut for what again?
for the championship. Who
For the
would you start?
championship.
Yeah, like obviously we know Hangman is the one who's going for championship, but those
Huh?
three guys have been in the main fold of going towards after the belt after John Moxley. So who would you start? Who would you bench? And who would you cut? You personally,
Mm,
obviously, right? We know what's going on TV. Just
oh, you know what? I'd want to see Swerve go against Moxley, but it'd have to be like a heavy match, like a death match or a hardcore match, because that's the only way it's going to work with Swerve and Moxley. If you're trying to do a heavy hitting match with no extra BS, let's put Hangman in there. Osprey is just going to give you what Osprey does, which is flip around and fly around everywhere. So if I don't want to see Osprey and Moxley, I
their
would like
their
to see
styles don't clash.
Osprey with the
They don't
belt.
clash too well. They don't
They
clash too
don't.
well.
There's different styles. I'd like to see Osprey with the belt. I just don't want to see him take Moxley out for it because I don't think it's going to work.
So who would you start? Who would you bench? And who would you cut? It kind of sounded like you already gave me the answer, but I want to hear it from you.
Um, Start Swerve, uh, bench Hangman, cut Osprey.
Cool. Just
Who would you
I
cut bench start?
cut. I'd actually cut Swerve, bench Osprey, and start Hangman.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because like you said, I mean, you gave pretty good points, and I want to see a straight fucking fight. I don't want to see a gimmick fight like what Swerve would need to do to be in that match. So I think Hammond's gonna give you a straight fight.
Hmm.
And like you're right, I love Osprey. I think he's a great wrestler, and he's very young, so he's got many years hopefully ahead of him. But that matchup for me right now wouldn't make sense, and now I'm starting to see why AEW kind of also pulled it back a little bit. So that would be my start bench cut. Nice
Okay.
little quick little throw into right at the
Yeah.
beginning of it. You know,
You
why
know,
not?
crazy enough, yesterday before the show, my family and I were hanging out at one of our little local spots we like hanging out with here in San Antonio, the Bang Bang Bar. Shout out Bang Bang Bar, San Pedro, and El Mio. Uh, Bartenders were hooking it up, and they actually got into conversation because we were kind of doing something like we did some episodes back where we did like a what do we do
Fantasy
where we did
book?
our yes the fantasy booking, but we're talking. This is something that maybe we should touch on another episode, and I think it'd be fun to do. Current stars right now, if you did a Forbidden Door, WWE versus AEW, who would you pin? Who against? Do some tag teams, do some singles matches, put some belts on the line, some women matches, because you have a lot of people that are transitioning over from one to the other, right?
They're
But
flip
then
flopping
what
for
about the
sure.
but what about the actual homegrown that are still on both sides that have never done that? Those are the ones you want to see against each other. Why? Because they don't have that interaction. I'm pretty sure kayfabe outside kayfabe, no one interacts. But shoot, outside of what's actually going on, what are they all talk, they all hang
Absolutely,
out.
absolutely.
You know, uh,
I got
someone has
one.
a birthday, usually there. You know,
I got one right off the bat that I would love to see, and I'm sure we brought it up many times, a long time ago. Miz homegrown, MJF homegrown. I would love to see them
yeah,
similar styles. They're both bigger guys, more bigger than a lot bigger than people think. They're pretty jacked and big, and they know how to fucking talk. So I think
yep.
that'd be a great. If you want to do a Forbidden Door, that would be something I definitely want to see, and actually have a program where they can talk amongst each other in different in each other's shows. I think that'd be pretty badass.
The other one who I would put MJF with, knowing that you said that, and my family agrees, would be LA Knight because I'd like to see both of them go at each other on the mic.
That'd be a good one too. That'd be a good one
Hmm.
too. But for a
He's
long
not
time,
homegrown WWE, but he
yeah.
never touched AEW.
Yeah,
He
and
was
for
TNA.
but for a
So
long time, everyone said if the Miz could cuss, how much more harder would he go? So
true.
so that's why I really would want to see
Think
that.
about the Daniel Bryan. He wasn't Bryan Danielson. He was Daniel Bryan in WWE, the SmackDown.
Talks
Uh,
talking smack, talking about
yep,
yes, yeah.
yep.
He cut a big promo so much so that Brian Danielson or Daniel Bryan just fucking was like he had a lot of course Daniel
Uh,
Bryan had a lot of good points like I'm a pure wrestler blah 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 and he's like yeah I've never been fucking hurt especially at the time he hadn't even been hurt and he was already a Grand Slam champion twice
mm-hmm.
and he's like what the fuck have you done?
Yep.
Everyone fucking hated me in the locker room. I didn't fucking get to change in the locker room with the boys. I was out in the fucking hallways for years. I fucking earned my due, and you think you deserve this just because you're an indie darling, blah 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 blah. Like, and had he been able to go even harder, I'm sure he would have like. You'd be like, you don't know
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck to say because he's quick with it. He obviously he's quick with it. So
Yeah.
I, I would like to see that. I would like to see LA. I like LA Knight, and I know he can go
Mm-hmm.
off as Eli Drake when he was in TNA. I know he can go
Dummy.
off. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that'd be pretty good too. Who else? What else did you come up with in your little
Oh man. Um,
expedition of drinking and talking?
we'll bring a couple more because I actually would like to do this on another episode, so that way we won't kind of run into too many or whatever. But you know what? One who's been around because we were trying to find someone for Drew McIntyre. You know, a lot of the times you need to go someone to match size, beefiness, and all that. So who would you put against Drew McIntyre? One that I said that I would love to see, who hasn't been on TV in a while. He is
Warlow.
going to be an American Gladiator. Wardlow,
Nah, I figured you go with Warlow. I would like to see him Warlow or even Hobbs.
Hobbs, or Lance Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong.
Not
Lance
not
Archer.
Lance Archer. My
Lance
bad.
Archer.
Not Armstrong. That's the bicyclist.
The guy
That's
with the one nut. The guy with the
the
one
one
nut.
the cancer one nut bicyclist. Yeah, no. Lance Archer. That'd be another one.
That'd be a good one. But because,
Hmm.
and I think Warlow would be pretty good because he's young and hungry, and Drew McIntyre's he's not young, but he's fucking hungry. So
Hmm. It would be a beefy match to watch. I would like to
actually,
I'd like to see that.
I would like to see Warlow and Karrion Cross go at it.
Ooh, that'd be
Both big
nice.
guys. Actually, let me rephrase that. let me change my answer. I should say
Okay.
Karrion Cross and
Hmm.
Brian Cage because they can fucking move like luchadors and they were
Yeah.
trained by luchadors. I think that would be badass match.
Yeah. I want to say that happened in TNA because they were both at TNA at some point before they were in different in the newer uh, locker rooms they're in now. I want to say they were both at TNA together at some point.
I
I think they
know
were fighting
I
each other
I
though.
know Lance Archer fought Drew McIntyre in TNA.
Oh,
He was Lance. What was it? Lance Hoyt? He was Lance Hoyt
yeah,
in
his real
TNA.
name.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that'd be pretty bad. I mean, again, great little subject. We can probably touch on it this Tuesday. So stay tuned for
Yeah.
Top Rope Tuesday. You know.
Hey, top. That'd be a good top rope Tuesdays. Just bringing in, just current roster
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and just letting it play out. Let's just throw some stars together because, oh man, there when you actually start going through the roster on both sides on both shows, like man, there's some things you can come up with. Like, wow, I would really actually like to pay to see that. You know, just a forbidden door, one v one. Let's go.
I would want to see just one more, just because we didn't bring the women in here. I'd like to see Thunder Rosa versus fucking Becky Lynch.
Hmm.
They have
Or
similar
even Bailey.
styles. Yeah, Bayley's bigger, so I think Thunder Rosa's a little smaller like Becky Lynch. So I think their styles are actually pretty similar, more similar than most. So
Dare I say Willow versus Nia Jax?
version 1 versus version 2.
That's right. V1 versus V2. Let's go.
Maybe they'll both hurt each other and call it a day and stop wrestling.
Yeah. They, this, but Nia's gotten better. I can actually say or attest to that. Nia Jax has gotten better. Has she's worked harder, and you can tell that she's doing more to take care of whoever she's wrestling with now. Yeah, it's kind of like playing with the Great Dane. Sometimes you don't know your own strength, or the dog doesn't know its own strength, and it'll hurt you, but it doesn't know that. It thinks it's playing with you. And sometimes a larger, taller, bigger person needs to learn how to pull back some of what they're doing, so that way they don't hurt the smaller, opponent. It
Exactly.
happens. It
Exactly.
happens.
I think it all changed when they brought her back, and she was like, and she
Hmm.
heard all the criticism the whole time she was out. She's fucking always hurting people. This is why she got fired. Blah 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 blah. And she's like, I don't fucking hurt people on purpose, or whatever crossed through her brain.
Yeah.
But but regardless, talk a little more about this AEW Grand Slam. Did you see when Mystical came
Uh,
out? When Mystical came out, man, the fucking reaction he got. Holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That was a great
Uh,
Sin Cara numero uno.
yep. Do you want? I have the card here, pulled up,
Pull it
and
up.
as always, we got to give a big old shout out to the SmackDownHotel.com. Oh my God! Because without them, we wouldn't have the information at the palm of our hand. I mean, we could, but just easier. They
Yeah.
make it easy for us. Shoot. Well, the beginning bout was a 6-on-6.
There was a
One,
lot.
two,
There was a
three,
lot of
four,
6-on-6. There was 10-on-10 or 5-on-5.
6, 7. It was 7-on-7. It was a 14-man tag match. But
The
what was
one with
crazy
Adam
was it.
Cole.
It yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to get there. Let me get there. Let me get there. Uh, which was more their lucha style
Yeah.
because you didn't have 7 guys on one side of the ring and 7 guys on the other like you would see in WWE because WWE would be stupid enough to do that. No, they were. It was like a 1v1 and one person kind of hutched or huddled down in the corner, waiting to come in and do their turn or have their turn when someone went down. They just kind of tagged themselves in kind of thing, which was cool to see
Move for
because
move. That's just what it is. Luchador style.
yeah,
Yeah.
it kept it flowing and moving. And on this match card, you had on the faces side Adam Cole, Brody King, Daniel Garcia, Bandito, Alanis Jr., Templario, Atlantis. They don't have his picture on there.
Yeah.
And then on the heel side, you had some of the Don Callis family. You had Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, Josh Alexander, Lance Archer. And then Hechicero, Dax Harwood, and Volador Jr. Crazy enough, you're missing Cash Wheeler.
They said
Like,
he
what
couldn't
happened to
make it.
Cash?
They said that he couldn't make it. I wonder why. I
Do you
wonder.
know why?
I do not know why. What happened?
Don't you? I want to say that he maybe it's still on some kind of probation or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
Uh,
for the domestic assault. Oh yeah.
the gun charge and all that. Yeah, so I don't think he's allowed to leave the states yet.
You know what was crazy? If you heard, not that part, I'll bypass that a little bit.
Hmm.
They apparently the Mexican crowd hates Atlantis Jr. They love it. They love his father Atlantis, but every time,
Hmm.
and he's a good guy. And every time he do something, they boo the fuck out. And he do some badass moves, and they boo the fuck out of him. And
Yep.
Tony Schiavone's like, well, he's a great athletic young man, but apparently the Mexican crowd just does not like him. So whatever's going on with him, I don't know if they like it because his father's still wrestling, or they feel like he's trying to take his mantle, or maybe there's a bigger backstory to that. Of course, it's Mexico. You just never know.
Yeah, he's got some heat out there, and it's pretty cool to see that. You know what? It's not just us who don't like certain people or whatever like that. So you know,
It's like having Dominic Mysterio on the face side when he's a heel, and you're like, boo, fuck this dude.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, this match went on for a bit. I know it took a commercial break and then some, but the faces came out on top.
Yeah, it went 2 segments at least, so at
Hmm.
least damn near close to 20 minutes.
Well, I mean, with that many wrestlers, you want to try to give enough time, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, Next up on the card, you had Kazuchika Okada versus Mark Briscoe.
I like that Mark Briscoe's getting some shine on him. He's a great wrestler,
Hmm. Yes, he
and
is.
you know that obviously it wasn't for the belt because they're going to unify that belt and All In, so it wasn't for the belt, but it gave Okada some reps in. Get his reps, get
Yeah.
his feet wet, and start getting back into it because he's about to have a big ass fight with Kenny, and Kenny still goes. So
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
pretty. I actually like this match. Mark Briscoe did his damn good job, but at the end of the day, unfortunately, he just lost.
Yeah, he couldn't get it this time, but it was a good match. Good match. Next up on the card, Mystical versus MJF.
Fucking everyone loves Mystico, dude. Everyone. That whole
Hmm.
it gave me the fucking feels of, as crazy as it sounds, as Bad Bunny came out in Puerto Rico and everyone singing the
Uh,
song. Like it was badass
hmm.
to see, and you can really understand, just like the Japanese crowd, Mexican the Mexican people love their luchador wrestling, and when they love you, they fucking love you.
Yes, they do.
So it was bad to see MJF, of course, playing the fucking heel, wearing the American leotard and having the American flag and shit.
Yep.
And they did it right. They did Mystical right because at the end of the day, you don't want MJF to lose because he's with a Hurt Syndicate, and Mystical's such a big star that you don't want him to take the pin. So
Hmm.
MJF kicks him in the balls in front of the ref and gets a DQ and whoops his ass.
DQ.
Hurt Syndicate comes in, beats their ass, and of course the good guys, the good luchadors and Speedball and Kevin Knight come out to help out. So
Hmm. Come save the day. They unfortunately unmasked Mystical, but Speedball came out with another mask to help Mystical cover his face. So
yeah, get some heat,
kudos to
get some
Speedball.
get some heat on MJF, right?
Hmm.
Get some heat. Pull
Hmm.
pull out your hometown crowd's favorite fucking wrestler mask off. Like the biggest disrespect that you can have for a fucking Mexican wrestler, to take off his mask, and of course you have the biggest piece of shit. You're a
Uh
scumbag.
huh.
You're a scumbag and my scumbag, MJF, doing some shit.
That's right. Next up we got the four-way match. 4 million pesos high flying four-way. The winner gets 4 million pesos. And
Two
you had
hundred and
hologram.
twenty-one thousand dollars USD.
How much?
221,000.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's wow.
that's a lot of
Okay.
money. That's a lot. That's a lot of
Yeah. Oh
cashish.
yeah. Yeah. Hologram versus Ricochet versus Leo Rush versus Mascara Dorada.
They really in this match. I mean, the bigger guy in this whole match was clearly Ricochet. He's a big motherfucker. But
Hmm.
I was surprised they let Leo Rush get a lot of moves, and he did the the poison rana to everybody. He got a lot of moves in, and they really showcased him, which is pretty interesting to see because I'm not a fan of Leo Rush, but
Hmm.
clearly they're trying to build him as a bigger heel star, which he is. So, but at
He
the end
has
of
been on the Indies. He was a bigger heel star in the Indies. I mean, he was just a bigger star, period, in the Indies, but it just didn't translate too well when he was in WWE.
yeah,
It just he couldn't get over.
once he
But I
left and Topanga fucking went to his show and started taking pictures, and she said that he was one of her favorite wrestlers. That gives you some shine on the
Yep.
indies. So, But Hologram takes this one.
Hologram ended up taking this one. Yeah, kudos to him.
They
Let's
did. They
go.
they had a little mess up. You can see like the they start. It almost became a bad versus good guys tag. It almost became a tag team for a little bit, right? Leo
Hmm.
Rush and Ricochet and Hologram and who was it again? I apologize.
Máscara Dorada.
Mr. Dorada, Mr.
Dorada.
Dorada, Dorada,
Dorada. Mascara Dorada.
Mascara Dorada. They kind of start teaming up, and of course, in true luchador form, they shake each other's hands and they go at it. And I think they were going so fast that they kind of missed some spots, but that's
Hmm.
that's that's luchador wrestling. Like there's always something like crazy where they have to kind of pause and chill out a little bit and do it.
Yeah.
I think. Did you notice the biggest thing I saw throughout the whole card was I guess the way the ring is set up. That bottom rope is so low that you can't roll out. They had to
Yep.
like wiggle out. I saw it when Okada was trying to roll out, and he's so broad, his shoulders hit the fucking rope, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he had to like shimmy his way out. Started happening then. I was like, interesting.
That's
Obviously,
what you get when you don't use your own stuff.
yeah. Well, you're in Mexico. You used CMLL's ring, and it's obviously
Well, I
different.
mean, if you're a traveling circus, you should be using your stuff because your clowns are used to doing what they do. But if you think about it, you would kind of mess up those guys over there because they're used to things a certain way. So I guess so that way they wouldn't misrepresent the luchadors over there. They went ahead and used the ring and stuff from CMLL, which makes more sense because they know how to run those ropes. They know how to fly off everything. They know how to put on a show through that stuff. The American wrestlers would just have to adapt, and most of them do because they've been out there. But if they were in a if they were in an AEW ring, I think there'd be a bit of difference knowing that the ropes are different sizes or the
The
the in
heights.
betweens, the
Yeah.
heights, they're different sizes, and uh, yeah, they would probably something they're used to doing off the bottom rope, they probably fall through and fall to the ground, and you don't want to hurt you guys.
Yeah. But again, like you said, like they're gonna represent the luchadors there, and they pay tribute to them. And again, they showcased on this episode of Grand Slam Mexico, they showcased a lot of luchadors. So you kind of want to keep it similar to what they're used to. The guys will adjust, right? It is what it
True.
is.
Yep.
So
Another match on the card: the Death Riders, John Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, with the Young Bucks, Matthew Jackson, Nicholas Jackson, and the Beast Mortos, and Marina Shafir on their side, versus Will Ospreay, Steve, Swerve Strickland, I was going to call him Steve,
Steve
and
Strickland.
the Ops, Samoa Joe, Katsuyira Shibata, Powerhouse Hobbs, with Prince Nana in tow.
I'm gonna sidetrack this a little bit. Beast Mortals dating fucking Mercedes Monet.
No,
Kudos
but
to him.
if you saw the picture of him that she posted on, I think it was Instagram or X, I don't know which one. I just saw it floating around. Uh, I don't think he's a bad looking dude. His face is covered obviously because he's a masked thing, a masked not thing, but a masked wrestler. But you see when he was away from the dirtier, grimier looking mask and all that stuff, you see him with pretty hair. Like he's got long, like hair, like think Jason Momoa type thing. He is, Mexican or Hispanic or of descent of some Hispanic descent, darker skin, toned as shit. Like
Yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure he's a good looking dude. We just don't know.
It reminds me probably of when they fucking pulled Juventud Guerrero's mask off and he was a good looking dude. People were like, why the fuck do you wear a mask, dude? You're a good looking dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
So, hey,
But
kudos
it's
to
the
him.
gimmick.
It's a gimmick,
It's the
right?
gimmick. It's the gimmick. If you can get over right away, what's the first thing they're going to tell you? We have X amount of baby faces. We have X amount of pretty boys. Why do we need another one? So what? You know what? I want my wrestling to speak louder than my attributes. So let's put on a mask. And guess what? Now I'm a mask, dude. You don't know what I look like, and you're cheering for me and loving me. And then fucking you take off my face. Hey, he's a good looking dude. He's not a fucking chud of a man. Like fuck yeah. Let's keep putting him on the show. So he was able to get over with his attributes, and I mean with his wrestling than his attributes. So
And I
kudos
think
to that.
I think that's what the luchador style is when you're a wrestler, obviously you're not a luchador, you sell with your face. When you're a
Hmm.
luchador, you sell with your wrestling. You have to
Hmm.
show your expressions through a mask that is impossible. So you show it by a lot of body movement and stuff, and that's why those luchadors who end up taking their mask off can sell even
Hmm.
better because they're so used to doing it under the mask and no one sees it. And now you're like, oh shit, this
Hmm.
dude is really hurt, or this guy really took the big ass bump and he can feel it, blah 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 blah. So pretty cool to see. Hey, kudos to him. But a great match nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
back and forth, and the babyfaces had the upper hand the majority of the time,
Yep.
and until Mox got the win.
Yep.
Who did he choke out, or who did he pin?
I don't remember. I do not
Was it the
remember.
Luchador? I think he pinned the Luchador.
No, there's no
No, no, no.
luchadors.
Did he pin Shibata? I forget he pinned someone.
Oh, we have to go back and look it up. It doesn't say who pinned who on the match.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops. Next one.
Anyway, I believe this was the headliner of the night, if I'm not mistaken. It was the CML World Women's Championship. Mercedes Monet money belt, 5 belts Monet versus Zuxius, and Mercedes comes out on top.
Wins another
I
fucking belt.
wasn't crazy about her finish, but I understand what happened. It was looking like it was going to be a Spanish fly, and she ended up kind of just flipping around where Zeuxius got dumped on her head and possibly like dazed, where Mercedes was easily able to get the 1, 2, 3. And with all the back and forth that they did, it didn't make sense because
Lucius
that's
jumped
not
out the
that's not
rope and hit her head outside real bad. Probably
Mm-hmm.
knocked her out, knocked herself out because she jumped out and the ropes caught the bottom of her foot and she landed on her head. And Mercedes was trying. You can see. I'll give it to this. Mercedes tried to catch her. Like she tried to throw her body in front of her so she wouldn't hit. She'd hit her abdomen or something. She couldn't
Mm-hmm.
get there fast enough because she was too far out. Assuming that she'd fly out towards her,
Yeah.
she catches her feet, not like crazy, but she catches it because, and then she falls and she gets dumped on her own head,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like in the middle of the match. And granted, Azusa is a fucking fighting champion, keeps on going, and then now you got 6 belt Monet, and we've been talking about Mercedes losing a fucking belt. Doesn't seem like
It
that
doesn't
anytime
look like
soon.
it's gonna happen.
No, which is fucking
So
wild.
yes, like I, you're being the belt collector right now. Kudos to the Hardys for starting that. But are they really going to put her over like this? Like, it doesn't make any sense to have for her to have everything. It really doesn't. I get it. Now you have to put yourself in all these different uh, uh, indie shows or less TV showing shows to defend these belts that you've acquired. I mean, yeah, 6 belts, but realistically, it's 5 because the
Owen
Owen
Hart.
Hart doesn't get defended. Another tournament will happen, and they'll have a new champion or same, but they don't defend that belt. But regardless, she's still toting it around because they have to show the product. Ooh.
I'm actually pumped that and kind of excited that she's actually showing that belt because every other past winner, they only hold it and
Never did.
that's it, and they never like really like represented it. I get it's not gonna be
Mm.
defended for a whole year, but dude, at least show it on TV for a couple of months. It's fine. I'm okay
Yeah,
with that. I'm okay with that.
yeah.
Like, hey, dude, I'm a fucking tournament winner. Fuck
Who
you.
was the men's winner? Oh, Hangman. Hangman doesn't wear it. Hangman don't show
Hang,
it.
Hangman. Well, Hangman said he gave it up. He goes, I respect this. I appreciate this, but I'll wait till next year for this one. But everyone else who won it, Adam Cole, Britt Baker, Ricky Starks,
They
Willow,
never
they
showed it.
never showed it. Never showed it.
They
So
won it. They took some pictures with it. And that was it. I think they showed it maybe on the episode after the pay per view, and that was it. The following Dynamite.
yeah. So
Hmm.
I don't know what if there was like maybe a deal with the foundation saying, hey man, put a lot of money into this belt. We're definitely kind of pushing AEW. Show the belt a little bit. At least one of your
Hmm.
stars, right? And who better than the fucking belt collector? And you're like, damn, look at all those belts. Hey, what's that belt? I've never seen it. Oh, it's the Owen Hart Cup belt. Oh, cool. Fuck yeah. What
Yeah.
it could be whatever, but hey, she's 6 belts now. So you got 3 weeks. Is she gonna lose this fucking TBS championship to anybody anytime soon?
No one's really kind of put themselves out there too.
No.
So who would you put that? Who would you put that on? I mean, there's plenty of women
Jamie
that they can
Hayter.
put. Yeah,
Jamie
I agree.
Hayter came
Any
back.
name you put out there, put it on them. But
Chris
who are
Statlander, Harley Cameron.
who are they gonna show that Mercedes will lose to?
I would hope a veteran. right? A
Hmm.
veteran, so someone else can have that shine. Maybe Thunder Rosa, former world champion. Jamie Hayter, former world champion. Soraya's gone.
I
Britt
know
Baker's
who.
pretty much gone.
Maybe they're waiting for her to come back. She's having visa issues right now and is stuck in Japan. Hikaru Shida.
Oh, maybe,
She would be a good candidate to take that belt off of Mercedes Moné.
maybe, maybe because Mercedes, I believe she has a championship from Japan. I believe not the Japan Strong, the New Japan from
Mm-mm.
America. I think she has a what is it? What is it called? It's not New Japan. It's the other one. I forgot what it's called. It'll come to me here in a little bit. I think she has one of their championships. Maybe she loses it in Japan. Mercedes loses in Japan. The TBS since Sheeta is still part of AEW. Maybe she wins it overseas because she has. You said she has visa issues. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
for a big show overseas, right? I don't know. I mean, it needs to fucking happen. That's the fucking problem.
I agree. Uh, Let me see if they have anything on Mercedes. Do,
And where are you looking this stuff at? Where are you looking at this stuff?
Our great friends over at the SmackDownHotel.com.
Nah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey,
Presently, the Rev Pro Women's Champion,
that's that
CMLL Women's
that's
Champion.
Rev Pro is in England or
Correct.
UK.
Hmm.
Obviously MLL is Mexico. What else?
It says New Japan Strong, but didn't she just lose that?
She lost that to one of the Asian ladies.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is promotion history. My bad. That's not the actual belts. Let me see. I'm trying to. Let me see what titles. Owen Hart Cup,
Hmm.
TBS Champion, CMML, Rev Pro. Doesn't say what the other two are. Oh, what the other one is. We're missing one.
The Queen something, Queen of something. I don't know.
Mm.
That's a Rev Pro if that's a Rev Pro one. But she has five,
Yep.
not including the Owen Hart belt. So she's a six belt bitch, belt collector.
Six belt bitch. I was not expecting that one.
I mean, kudos to her. Like she said, she was gonna be a big star out of AEW, out of WWE, and she's fucking doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure all these fucking companies are pumped that she's holding the championship, showing it on TV every fucking week. Like they're getting their money worth, right? They are. Makes her look cool with all these belts. Gives some fucking props because people are doing stuff that we're doing right now, looking up those belts.
Hmm.
Rev Pro, what's that? Oh, let me look it up. Oh, it's an all women's promotion in the UK. That's fucking cool. Maybe I should check it out since Mercedes Moné is the champion. You know, that's
Exactly.
that's the point. But at the end of the day, like she has to lose these belts sometime, and the TBS belt should be one of the main ones that she loses soon. Because the women are fucking floating in AEW for something, right? If you're not in a program with Tony Storm, then you're not really getting featured. You're just getting put together. So let's kind of give some shine back on it. Maybe it's a fucking collision belt. It doesn't matter. Just fucking put it over there. Do something.
Yes. Um, I see a picture here because one of them doesn't look familiar. It's that newer one too. Uh, okay, here we go. She holds the TBS champion. She is the New Japan Strong champion again.
Again?
That's what they're saying. One, two, EWA Women's Championship,
Never heard of that one.
Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Champion, CMLL Women's World Champion, and the Owen Hart Cup.
You're
Yeah.
missing one. That's like four or five.
No, it's look. TBS, New Japan Women's Strong, EWA, Rev Pro, CMLL,
And an Owen Hart.
Owen
Okay.
Hart Cup.
Okay. So I've never heard of that EM whatever.
EWA.
EWA. Never heard of that.
Uh, See, I don't understand that. I thought she lost the New Japan
She
Strong.
did lose in New Japan Strong because she didn't have a belt for a little bit.
Yeah, but it says she won it from Stephanie Becerra, but somebody else had took it off for her. The one of the
Yeah, they
somebody from
said it.
Japan
They
over
said
there.
it. They said it a couple of weeks ago when she was trying to gaslight Tony Storm, and they had a tag team match, and she had lost it to one of the girls who was in AEW, that was from Japan. She had lost it,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. I guess she got it back.
That's what it seems like. Uh, Saying how many championships she won. I was like, I don't care about how many she's won. I want to know what she has currently.
Hey, we're spending a lot of time on this shit. Regardless,
Yeah.
regardless,
Yep.
like she needs to lose this fucking belt. This is a build up for All In, and she's about to go for the major belt. Whether she loses or wins that major belt, AEW Women's Championship, she still needs to lose that TBS Championship. She just needs to.
Yep. She needs to.
So I would say a tournament, since AEW loves tournaments,
Yeah.
ladder match actually, a ladder match. You put six women: Penelope Ford, Chris Statlander, Thunder Rosa. You're gonna have to put Willow in because she's a crowd favorite. Um, the Megasis and maybe Harley Cameron. And any one of those women win that fucking belt, I'll be okay with it. Even Megasis.
You know what? I'm gonna one up your ladder match,
Okay.
and we're gonna have 5 belts hanging above the ring, and we're gonna put at least 4 women wrestlers from each of the programs that are there
Jesus Christ,
from
that's a
each one.
lot of
So
fucking
20
women.
women. It's like a 20 women Royal Rumble, but it's the biggest ladder match you've ever seen.
Are you gonna do it like when they broke up the undisputed championships and one person wins this belt, another person wins this belt, and once you win, you get out of the fucking ring and you just fucking go for it? Or maybe you can win
Hmm.
both belts. I don't know. I
20
obviously.
women in at the same time. 100 fucking ladders around the ring.
Jesus
You get that
Christ.
ladder and you put it in the ring and you climb it and you pull the belt you want and get out of there. Let's go. First ever, first time ever. Let's go.
That's a lot of
Five
fucking.
belts
That's a lot
hanging.
of women. That's a lot of
20
belts.
women, at least 4 women from each promotion. So that way there's at least good fighting that happens in between. Of course, everyone's going to fight each other because so many women. And you just throw ladders up and just try to climb and get the cheese. And let's just make that a hour and a half show. Let's go.
The AEW's Evolution version of all women show.
Hey,
There you
let's
go. I
go.
told you a couple of weeks that they need a fucking
Let's
pay per view or a
go.
show. There it is.
AEW's Evolution. Let's go.
What would you call it? What would you call it?
Oh
AEW's
man. Revolution.
Revolution. Wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad.
Yep. Yep.
What would you call it?
The women's
The
revolution.
Stampede? A women's Stampede? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Stampeded out. Yeah.
You know what? AEW, you can use bell to bell. AEW's bell to bell women's match, women's
Let's
pay per view.
let's go. Yeah.
But outside of AEW, what's going on in WWE?
Ooh.
Have you been watching?
Ooh.
Been
Ooh.
watching?
Ooh. Speaking of, did you see the freak accident that happened on Monday Night Raw with Liv Morgan?
Yeah, man. And you know who I feel bad for? Kyrie Singh. This is twice where she's in the ring.
Twice.
She's in the ring. The first one probably her fault. This one not her fault. Just natural reaction when you fall down, you try to catch yourself, and obviously Liv Morgan's
But
one
the
leg was
move
up.
she was doing, people were saying, or at least some sites that I was reading, that it looked like Kyrie was trying to go for like a dragon screw, and Liv misread it.
I thought she was going for a drop toe hold. That's what it looked like to me.
Regardless, we didn't know if it was something that needed to be, if it was something that was spinning and just her going down, and when she hit, you saw the shoulder jack up, you saw the elbow hit in slow motion, the shoulder jack, and she tore something. It it was a dislocation, but I don't know if anything got torn. But everybody's putting their own 2 cents out there. Nobody has the real truth until they tell us next week how long she'll actually be out, because some people are saying 6 months, some people are saying 6 weeks. We don't know how severe the injury is, but it's not life threatening. Thank God.
Yeah, and like again, I said I feel bad for Kyrie because she just got herself in phenomenal shape. She's not skinny anymore. She's pretty jacked. She got
Mm-hmm.
big. She got big. She kind of took care of herself when she was out with her own injury, and now 2 times ring rust is a real fucking thing. You know, And
I honestly think that she's just carrying around bad luck, man.
yeah, she got the juju. She needs to. Someone needs to sana
Hmm.
colita de rana on her ass.
Let's go. Let's get all the smoke in the palms and let's clean her up, dude. Because she's we're gonna lose. We don't have a lot of women in the roster of WWE. We're gonna lose them all to Kyrie Sane. I mean,
Talk about a fucking legend killer, right? Just legend killer
for
run. Fuck
real.
it. You
Yes.
know what? But talk about fucking ring rust. Talk about this bullshit. This fucking
Hmm.
bullshit with Bill Goldberg coming in after Gunther. Fuck it. You know
Goldberg.
what? My favorite thing
Goldberg.
about this whole interaction with Goldberg and Gunther is Gunther looked at him and laughed in his fucking face. He's like, you know, I'm gonna fucking kill you, old man. And I really do. I
Hmm.
really hope that at Night of Champions, or I mean Saturday Night Main Event. I apologize. Saturday Night Main Event, that he fucking destroys Goldberg in his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia,
Hmm.
and
Well,
just
this is the
fucking
last ride.
or or
According to his
or
shirt, it's the last ride.
or does this mean this is how they bring Goldberg's kin in? Gabe.
True. I mean, he is a prospect that was going to come in. I don't know how they were going to do it. If he was coming in through ID, or if they just been training him on at home and just going to give him the push in, or maybe this is just to get eyes on him. I
Yeah.
mean, Gunther beats Goldberg obviously, but then just takes it over the edge, over the limit after the match is over, and then that he
And
jumps over the.
I know Goldberg's son is definitely a football star. I don't know if he's a wrestling star, so maybe he might be ID'd right now, finished college, come in, whatever.
Mhm.
But again, they can go a lot of routes. I'm just not fond that Goldberg's there. I thought we were past that, but you know, you hear about TKO's debt, and you fucking what do? You go to the well and you bring fucking old legends to make some money.
Damn right.
That's the one thing I'm not happy about. You don't even let Jay get a fucking run at it. Second run, he's in the King of the Ring tournament, but you give Goldberg.
Well, look what they did though. Speaking of King of the Ring, I mean, fuck Goldberg, but think of what they're doing now with King of the Ring. Your Jay was the mystery opponent. Now he was in the 4-way. He won the 4-way, and now you're pinning Cody versus Jay. How do you push forward with that? Because the winner of them two go on to the finals to fight for their championship spot.
Who is the other two guys? Sami Zayn and who?
Shoot, let me go to the SmackDown
SmackDown
Hotel
Hotel.
and let me see. I can't. I don't. Come on. Where are we at? Netflix. Netflix. We are in June. See.
What?
Uh, Jay Uso. There's that. There's the women. It was on. Oh wait, no, it was on SmackDown, right? Oh no, it
Yes.
was Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker. That.
Raw.
So it was on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong show. I
Wrong show.
went to the Raw one.
You just made the list.
Uh, pa- 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 pa. Cody was on that one. Randy Orton.
So you Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. You have all
Mhm.
faces.
Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso.
Your wild speculation. Who wins between those two matches, and then who meets at Night of Champions?
Hold on. Night of Champion. No, not Night of Champion. What is that thing that they're
Saturday Night Main
doing?
Event.
Tournament. 'Cause I want to know what their
What's going on? What's going on? What are you looking at?
I'm not going to get it right away. Um, just that bracket. Just
I
that.
For a second I thought that mystery opponent was either going to be Ron Killings or, and then I even questioned myself and maybe said, what about fucking Roman Reigns? I know he's filming a movie. What about
Yeah.
him, right? I thought maybe he'd come in, but Jey Uso makes sense. But that's four faces. Who the fuck is gonna go and fight?
Yep. It's Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton, and it is Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. So you're gonna get one on Raw and one on SmackDown, and those winners go on to next Saturday
Your wild,
in Riyadh.
your wild speculation. Who wins each individual match, in
right
fights.
now, like I was even reading something on this, and I kind of agree with this that they're kind of giving Sami Zayn the underdog push right now. He's got the whole Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan underdog card thing going on for him. So to see him go on to the last round and it's him versus Jey Uso would be crazy.
Do you think Karrion Cross fucks him over?
I wouldn't doubt it. If they're gonna try to impede him some way, that would be a way to do it.
I would also love to see Randy Orton versus fucking Cody Rhodes. Love to
And
see
that,
that.
yeah, Orton versus Uso, Sammy versus Cody. I mean, it could go, dude. It we haven't. These are matches we have not seen, and they're WWE is doing something right. They're
Yes.
giving us something that we haven't seen before. So why
I,
not?
I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I never would have thought four faces against each other technically to go fight face to face again for a championship opportunity and King of the Ring crown and scepter and all that cool shit. But my money, my money, because it's gonna be a Riyadh, it's gonna be Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. That's my money. But if Sammy's getting that underdog push and you want to give Jey Uso another run to kind of contend for that championship, and everyone loves Jey Uso. You'd be stupid not to put him on the card somewhere in Riyadh, right? We talked about that last week. Like the fucking Yeet movement's fucking crazy
Hmm.
too. It's gonna be wild, dude. And
So
does that
think
mean
of
someone turns? Does someone
Sammy
turn?
versus Uso. So Sammy versus Jay. That would be a banger of a match too out there because everyone loves Sammy out there and everyone loves Jey Uso out there. To see you want Jey Uso in Saudi Arabia yeeting with everyone. That's money.
And you want
That
Sami
is
Zayn there
money.
because he's from Syria, and he finally went over last year for the first or 2 years ago for the first time, and he got a great reception.
Hmm.
So again, it's just
Okay.
the
Well then let's put the cards on the table then. You want Orton versus Rhodes. Who takes it?
Orton
Orton over Rhodes?
Orton over Rhodes.
I think Cody would take it.
I think Orton because you saw it one time in an exhibition match, Orton versus Gunther, and it was a fucking banger. So we've only seen it once.
It wouldn't be Orton and Gunther. It's whatever show they're on is who they face for the championship at SummerSlam.
Well, they're
Orton
both
is
from
on
SmackDown.
SmackDown,
They're both him and Cody are from SmackDown.
so they would fight John Cena at uh,
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
Fuck. I want to see him running back with Randy Orton still because he got fucked over.
Okay.
He got fucked over when he fought John Cena because of all those run-ins and no one and the referee not counting properly and all that bullshit. I don't know, and that's the best part of fucking wrestling, right? I don't know. I have
Hmm.
no fucking clue because it all works. Every single one of those situations or those possibilities, it works. It's gonna be a good match. They're gonna be great matches, to be honest with you. So,
Sammy versus Jay.
ooh, I want to say Sammy because he hasn't had a real opportunity other since he fought Roman a while ago, but Jay's hot right now, so I don't know, and people want to see him get his rematch.
I would say Sammy going and then fighting Gunther
Who beat him the
because
first time?
Sammy is the only one who's beaten Gunther and he beat it for the IC. So you have Sammy win the world championship at SummerSlam with Seth Rollins cashing in and making a big old ordeal with it and taking it away from Sami Zayn.
And thus concluding that little feud and starting a new fucking storyline.
Hmm.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Wouldn't be a fucking bad idea. And you have 2 nights of SummerSlam, so something big has to happen.
Yep.
So again, that is the beauty of fucking wrestling. We can speculate all fucking day what could, what might, what we'd love to see, but you just don't know because it's all about long storytelling with fucking Triple H. So
Yep.
what
Because
storyline goes
the end game is always WrestleMania. So how are you going to get there? We know
exactly?
the road to WrestleMania starts at Royal Rumble, but you still need to have some kind of, you know, extra storytelling to get us to the main dances. So
Well, not
what are you going to do in between?
but not only that, but we also know that right now John Cena's champion, and his day expires December 31st. That is it.
Mhm.
So he's not going to make it to the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. So you really have to do something big for SummerSlam. So this is going to be John Cena's Royal Rumble. Or this is John Cena's WrestleMania because he's not going to make it to WrestleMania. And they made it 2 nights.
No,
This is John
he's gonna
Cena's
go home with the
WrestleMania.
championship. He's
You,
gonna go home with the championship belt.
you going to go that route?
He's gonna go home with the championship belt, and we're gonna get a new belt for Royal Rumble.
So you're
Because
telling me right now that
I believe they're gonna
whether
pull something that they did years ago, where they didn't have a champion, and the winner of the Royal Rumble won the championship belt. They've done that before. I
with Ric
believe they're
Flair,
gonna do it again.
they did it with Ric Flair, 97, 95.
I believe they're gonna do it again, where Cena's going to take that belt to him. He's going to do exactly what he said. And then we're going to get a brand new championship belt that they're going to have to create and make because they love making new belts. They love to get the money from the consumers. How you going to pay TKO back? Uh-huh. I got mine.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you see?
Believe me,
Mine, mine are over there. In that case,
yeah,
that pretty
we
little case over there.
we know that all these cool belts, they fucking make money off of us because I want it.
Mm-hmm.
I want it, but I again,
Mm-hmm.
like it, again, I really truly think this is because John Cena's ending his career in December 31st. Again, whether he wins or loses and keeps that belt, this SummerSlam 2 night event, it's going to be his WrestleMania event, technically, for
Yeah,
him.
yeah. You're giving them some. You want big drama. I get you.
Yeah, yeah,
You want
yeah.
big drama.
So, well, I mean, again, we can speculate all day, and I'm here for it because, well, that's the best part
Aren't?
of
Isn't that
wrestling.
what we're supposed to be doing? We're a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Oh no,
We
man.
wouldn't be doing our job if we weren't speculating. What the hell?
Well, all I can say is there's a lot more wrestling to be had. The summer is really just beginning, and fall is must-watch TV. So we're gonna lead right into that SummerSlam PLE 2 night event in Indianapolis, and well, there's a lot of drama coming up.
Indianapolis.
Bada, 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 bada. Well, yeah, there's a lot of drama coming up, so I'm pretty pumped to see it. I'm excited to see it, really. So all we can do is
They
stay
haven't
tuned and
set the
watch.
date. I kind of pulled up to see what's going on here. Some of his last dates that they've shown on here, updated so far, were in June. So we're gonna get SmackDown in Grand Rapids, Michigan. July 18th, he will be in San Antonio, Texas for
Yes,
SmackDown.
I was hoping so because I want that fucking special belt that
Uh,
he fucking gets for every time
I,
he
I
fucking
want the
comes.
shirt. I want the farewell shirt. I want to see what they're gonna do for the colors. Are they gonna do Spurs colors?
Black and silver. Oh, that'd be badass.
The Fiesta colors.
That would be badass too. Fuck that.
Yeah, the
Oh my
teal and pink,
god,
the black, teal, and pink. Let's go.
dude.
So he will be here, and then of course you have SummerSlam, and then he'll be at the SmackDown in Canada, Montreal, Canada, on the 8th. SmackDown in Dublin, Ireland. SmackDown in Lyon, France, at the end of August. The Clash in Paris, France. Then there's October dates that are here. The 10th, SmackDown in Perth, Australia. The 11th is a Crown Jewel that's in Perth, Australia. October 13th, Raw in Perth, Australia. So he'll be there the whole weekend. And then date TBD in December 2025 for the WWE event in Boston, Massachusetts.
So
Is
his
last.
his his
That's the
fucking
last
special
match.
pay per view, ruthless aggression. I'm calling it right now.
Hey, it could be a Saturday night main event, but I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be. I think it would just be a. Well, who knows? Maybe it could be a PLE that's going to happen.
I
That
would I
he
would
it's
I would hope they give him his own PLE for it. 17-time world champion. Come on, man. Like
ruthless aggression.
that's how it started. That's how his career started. Let's call the pay per view ruthless aggression. Fuck it. Why
Mm-hmm.
not? Well, damn, man, that's a lot of wrestling, and I'm pumped that John Cena's gonna be here in Texas and in San Antonio, and I'm gonna get that
July
belt,
18th.
get that
And you're
shirt.
not going to get that belt.
I'm gonna get it.
You ain't going to get that belt.
I'm gonna get it.
When was the last belt you bought?
I bought 2 belts in WrestleMania. I bought the old Attitude Era one
That's right.
and the Stone Cold one. No, and the Dudley Boys tag team signed championship
You ain't
special
going to get that
signature
belt.
series. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I need it. I need to get it. This is just reframe it. I need it. I need it. Yeah, I do.
Still ain't better than my Cena autograph belt.
Maybe I'll see him one day. Maybe he'll autograph my Spurs championship looking belt. Or Fiesta Color
That'd be
championship belt. That'd
interesting.
be cool.
He did do a. Where was he at? He was in the Dallas Expo. He was at Dallas Expo, Comic Con signing autographs.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I'm excited. I wanna. The stories are heating up, right? No
Yes, they
pun
are.
intended for summertime, but the stories are heated up. People are getting hurt. There was little rumors that DMD
He
Britt
hurt
Baker might
me.
be going to WWE. I don't know, right? You just never know.
They're saying it was a rumor killer that Jonathan Coachman has been talking out of his ass just
Well,
to get
Jonathan
attention.
Coachman, yeah, he's gonna get his
But
mark
he
in.
also did call who was it coming? Mariah May, and it did happen.
Blake
So,
Monroe. You just never know,
hmm
right? You just never know. We're not on the inside, and he isn't either technically, but he's been in the business a long time. So
yeah, he still has sources.
exactly. So hey, I'm pumped. I'm
Yep.
excited. We
Yep.
appreciate you tuning in live another Thursday night, bell to bell.
Let's go.
All right. Uh, well, make sure again to hit that FU on that follow and subscribe button. Hit that little bell to get notified whenever we drop any new episodes. Hit us up in the socials at Beyond the Ropes Pod on Instagram and Facebook. Anything to say? You?
Like and subscribe.
There you
Share
go.
with your friends.
Share with your
Watch
mama.
wrestling.
Watch wrestling. But again, stay tuned for more stories, more violence.